Hey guys, Czar here checking in with you. Bright and early, it's 5:28 a.m. I guess it's not that early, but we're certainly in the London session here, watching this 30-minute chart and this candle completing here in 1 minute and 23 seconds. I'm speaking fairly softly because the rest of the household are sleeping, as is typical at this time. I've been up for 4 hours, so 1:30, and it's 5:28 now. And just watching this price action, no signals or entries for me here on the London Open. As you can see, if you know my style, I will now put a fresh zone in here above to mark this resistance on the 30-minute. But you'll see now that we are breaking and we are probably closing into this fresh zone. I put a horizontal line here because of this rejection, which may also accurately be put here. Either one, I'm just going to put it here for now, just to remind my brain that there is something going on there. But as this candle closes in 27 seconds, I like the bottom wick. I hope that stays. And then what I'd be looking for is a flip for a potential short here. Emergency stop, not my actual stop, would be there. New candle has begun on the 30-minute. Nice upper wick. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more than that, but that's not bad. Looking for 15 points here on the downside. For a relatively quick scalp. Bear with me, just going over to my own platform. NASDAQ. Setting up that same order on my platform. I use interactive brokers for those who ask me. That's for my scalping and day trading specifically. Targeting 880. All right, let me get a flip here. Apologize for speaking so quietly. Hopefully you can hear me. I have my office door open because my cat Pickles is in here on a cushion beside me on the floor. He likes to keep me company here early in the morning. And he doesn't like the door being closed, so if I close the door, he jumps up and tries to get out. I think it's a common thing with cats, apparently. I saw some research on it. It's pretty funny. So I have to leave my door open, and therefore sound travels. I know I don't owe you that explanation, but I just thought I would let you know in case you're wondering. Normally I speak a little bit more assertively. Watching this candle now. I'm going to put you on pause, guys, to save you from the sideways grind, but I'll bring you right back. Pause now. Alright guys, back. A couple of minutes have passed. This thing's moving down a little bit here. We might get taken into this order. This is a stop sell order, or a sell stop, depending on how you like to call it. It's a 1-to-1, a risking one to make one in terms of our value perspective, but looking for 15 points for the purist who just goes for points. I know we have different kinds of traders following us here. This bias certainly is bearish this morning. We are down 69 points. As you can see here, 70 points on the NASDAQ futures here, or 0.6%. We were down fairly sharply yesterday as well. So definitely some weakness, 109 points on the Dow. Getting ready to be tagged in here. I'm still not in. And I'm in. I just got tagged in now on my platform, so we'll go with that entry. Darn. It's one of those. One of those where it just peaks over the border and then tags you in and then perhaps decides to go the other way. Well, we'll see. We'll be faithful to the model here. See if we can drive down a little bit. I will show you a couple of other things here, but I think it's important because the context is very important to every trade, really. Clearing up my charts here so you can see this. Here we go. Okay, nice move down. Beginnings of something there. $880.50 for the target. In the meantime, I'm going to show you the VWAP. You'll see this morning's action here. Let me put these session markers up. This is the beginning of London. This is all of Asia, of course, here. We definitely got weakness here going into today. This is a 1 minute VWAP chart. My custom settings on VWAP are, there's the volume weighted average price, of course, in the middle. That is VWAP. Then I have a 1.25 standard deviation here and a 2.5 standard deviation for my extreme band. That's what I use. Some people will use 1 and 2 or any combination of those. Anything in between, I use 1.25 and 2.5, and that's just because that seems to be what works well for me over time. In terms of giving me perspective, there's no real working well type of, I don't think there is anyway. It's all about what works with your brain wiring in terms of offering you benchmarking perspective to trade from. And that's where I find the biggest bang for the buck is for me. I will also show you this 4-hour chart. Serious weakness now for the last couple of days. Let me give you the session marker so you can see that. This, of course, is today. This is yesterday, Monday, right? And this is Friday, where we had that big rally and then been selling off ever since into this very interesting week of earnings and what have you. This is also 1 minute VWAP on the right-hand side, by the way. Same chart you just looked at on the other screen. And I'll bring you back to the 30-minute trading screen here. You will also see me trade from these two, the split screen. Also gives me more perspective. And the more perspective you can get, the better it is, in my humble opinion. This is my entry right there. This is the 1 minute chart on the right hand side. 30-minute on the left-hand side. Patiently waiting, faithful. As I tweeted out this morning, amateurs would take profits now or now. Amateurs take profits early, yet freely accept full losses. And in any other areas of life, that math problem would be obvious. Something happens in the trader's mind where it's all about winning each trade, no matter how small that win might be, and would rather relinquish losses or relinquish money into the form of losses just to guarantee that win. And that's problematic. Over time, as you can imagine. Watching faithfully. I do expect to pull back here now because it's been driving down for a while. We'll see if we can get this thing to complete before giving us a several candle pullback. Would be nice, but after this extended move, a pullback would be in order. Perfectly acceptable. Here it comes. Just looking down at Pickles, and he's not going to help us out here at all. He's a good life. There's that pullback that was due. One of the most difficult parts of trading in the context of the mental game is dealing with these routine pullbacks that can become full-blown retracements and take us out, having offered us this free money right here. And that's the game of impulse control that I'm referring to. So hard to do for most, thanks to evolutionary wiring. We are wired to suck at trading. We are wired to protect what we have. We are wired to protect against losing, because losing brings in all kinds of connotations to the rest of our lives. This human animal is a strange one. We are loaded with fears, limiting beliefs, and insecurities. And trading, unlike any other profession, will bring those to light, will magnify them, will shine a spotlight on them. That's the nature of trading. It's a very unique thing. And the reason why most fail. The primary reason why most fail. I mean, if you're not starting with a mathematical edge, a system, and of course that is the key starting point. But once we have that, it's all mental game, guys. It's all impulse control, all of it. I don't soften that anymore. You say, well, there's a lot of psychology involved, and no, I can't do that anymore. It really is entirely a game of impulse control. Once you have your mathematical edge, and that's the easiest part of devising. Anybody with average intelligence can understand price action. It really is quite simple. Although many will try to complicate it and pretend that it's all in the method. Just had an alarm on a swing trade I'm currently in saying that I'm halfway to target, which is nice. You probably saw that pop up there on my screen. I find those trading view alerts to be quite helpful. I use them fairly liberally just to remind me what other position trades and swing trades that I have on. That one is in Euro odd. Euro Australian dollar. Alright guys, I'm going to put you on pause and save you from agonizing wait. Bring you right back. Hey guys, I'm back. And quite a few minutes have passed, and as you can see, we had that very orderly retracement, but back into the drawdown zone, having been up, significantly here. And again, that mental struggle, and I experience it too. I see those profits evaporating slowly, and then going to zero, and then going into negatives where I would actually owe money if I close this trade out now. I know I'm speaking in simplistic terms, but I'm doing it on purpose because I think your brain can relate to what I'm saying, right? Now we're back to the zero mark, and again, many amateur traders would just get out right now. There's an opportunity. They finally got back to break even where they started, having been in this pain here. They were in elation and celebration prematurely. They watched that go away to nothing, and then get into negatives where they were into losing territory, and then finally back to pain-free, right? Not celebration mode, but pain freedom. And now with this move, look at this jumping back higher, definitely getting out now, and then taking that guaranteed small loss, but now just got that loss when they had significant profits, and just to get out and to stop the pain. This is the real game of trading, the emotional roller coaster. The vacillation between being a winner or being a loser, and those terms are very powerful. Are you a winner or are you a loser? In life, think about it, right? Those terms have very, very strong connotations to them. Would you rather be a winner or would you rather be a loser? Well, when you take a loss, the implication is that you are a loser on that trade. Yeah, the same way as if you flip a coin and you call heads and it lands on tails. How many people feel like a loser when the coin lands on tails? Most people don't. They'll recognize that, yeah, okay, I lost that coin flip, but they laugh it off and move on to the next coin flip or whatever it is they're doing that day. Something happens in trading where when that coin lands on tails and you've called heads, the feeling of loss much more powerful. And one of my big goals here in the mental game of trading, it's really a mental game, is to help with reprogramming of those associations and reframe the game. And my mental game playlist on YouTube will be will go a long way in helping you with that. I encourage you to listen to it over and over again, specifically the first 5 or 6 videos in the playlist, all of them in the playlist if you can sit that long. But listen to them over and over again, but not passive listening, active listening, engaging in what I'm saying in those videos and thinking about and feeling how it applies to you and to your trading practice. And I can promise you that it applies to you. All of it, from time to time. That's the mental game and the psychology playlist on the YouTube channel that you're watching this on, of course. All right, guys, I'm going to put you back on pause, and I'm going to let this play out some more, and I'll bring you back. This video's already gone 20 minutes or so. Okay, here we go. Pause. And we're back and driving down again. And so now if you're in this, you're feeling, okay, oh, thank God. I'm so glad I stayed because I was going to get out here and I almost took the loss up here, but now it's going my way again. This one, I'm sure this is going to go to the bottom and I'm actually going to win. Watching closely. We're going to celebrate together. Just for the record, I don't celebrate wins because I know that it's just a coin toss. I don't agonize over losses either. Unless I did something stupid, like move my stop loss too far away or add it to a loser, which I never do now. But if we hit our target here, it's just a coin landing on heads. I didn't do anything great. I'm not special because this coin landed on heads. That's what coins do. Watching. Just in case you're wondering, am I frustrated by that white candle? Of course. Of course I am. Do I love that it just flipped almost blue? Yes. We will never stop feeling those impulses. As long as we're alive. It's all about what you do as a result of those. Feel it, release it, and let it go. Because you have a commitment to your process. A dedication to a method that has been proven or has been shown to work for you. Stop to break even, guys, on this. And that has everything to do with depth of the movement as we broke into this new low and the amount of time we've spent down here now. If this can't complete after all this time in this second or third attempt, then I'm willing to get out of break even. And that's an important and nuancey balancing act that you need to make in your trading. There comes a time when you will take the risk off the table. You need to figure out what that is for you, but hopefully if you watch my 200 plus videos, you'll get an idea of what might work. Or what does work for me and may apply to your circumstances as well, to some extent. Very frustrating movement now. So just to explain here, for those of you who don't know, the forces that were here, the buying interest, the buying forces that were here to drive that aggressively back up are still in play here. There are some still here, if not the same ones for that matter, defending this area. And what we're asking this market to do is to actually find a way to break through that. Faithfully watching. 6:01, guys, 6:01 in the morning, obviously. What would your mental game be doing right now? What would your impulses be tempting you to do? I encourage you to be honest with yourself on that. There's lots you can learn by watching this and thinking about it and associating into it with your own neurology and your own feelings. Really coming to terms with the internal struggle, the internal battle, which is the game of trading, the real game. How does that feel to you? If you were in this and 1 or 2 points away from profit. 1 or 2 points. Now look at what's happening. Is this really going to take me out at break even? After all that, I mean, clearly the market makers are out to get me. Man, I can't do anything right. I can't seem to get this game to make me money. What's wrong with me? I should have taken that. It was right there. Sound familiar? Outbreak even. That's the real game, guys. That's the real game of trading. Frustrating? Yes. Should I have taken profits down there? Probably not. I mean, in retrospect, of course I should have. But would that serve me in the long run? The answer is no. Thanks for joining me, guys. Come back later. New York only opens in 3.5 hours. Wow. It's 6 a.m. or 6:04 right now. We will talk soon. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have an amazing day.